And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Throwing his Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. Off the play fake. Stevens. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Off play action. Stevens. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, too much oomph. Too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So that'll back him up 5. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And the the Giants ready to come out now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
81, 81. Girl, back that. 180.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. This one complete to Christian Kirk, and he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley, and they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. How fun will it be to watch Barkley and Elliott go at it twice a year? Here's 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Shorty. Great.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Great 15.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz to Barkley on the check down. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Lion. Black, come on. Here, sit. Black, come on.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when you intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Stevens. He's going to look deep down the field. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off play action. Stevens. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, Stevens. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Stevens. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Stevens looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
We're good, we're good.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Giants on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Wentz. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And a give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Grade 15.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down, make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Shotgun now for Wentz. That is caught inside the 5. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They come up in an offset eye. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Sunday.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Cordero Patterson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Seconds remain in this first half as they come up here first and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he fends him off. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Throwing again. Stevens. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27. A final shot before break. Stevens. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Off play action. Stevens trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Lynch 5-3. Lynch 5-3. Good chip.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Good chip. Good chip.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Wentz. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Off the play fake. Stevens toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Stevens. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Stevens. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off-play action. Stevens. Throw left side complete. It's Craig. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw on 2nd down. Stevens looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott, and he goes out right around the 39. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd down.
Ohio! 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 Flex round!
Looking to throw. Stevens. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Let's go! 190! 190! Ohio! Ohio!
On 1st and 10. Stevens. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. David Irving busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off the play fake. Stevens. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Cordero Patterson, past the 20, touchdown, Giants. Cordero Patterson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are in for 6. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. It doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. And that only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off right around the 43. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
A handoff to Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Still going. They can't stop up him. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Carson Wentz, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Giants take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-7. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stevens, a dump off to Elliott. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Stevens. It's complete to Grant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 13 yards that time of the first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah,
and he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. David Irving in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun, Stevens. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off-play action. Stevens. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Stevens. They'll roll him out right. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Last stop!
From the gun, Stevens. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Off the play fake, Stevens. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. To return it now, here's King. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole, setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it, to throw it underneath, a short pass like that? But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air that. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. To return it now, here's King. Spinning away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And some space here. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Come on now, Oaks. Come on now. Let's go.
Here's a give to Barkley. And they'll get him down right about the 20. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
74.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Saquon Barkley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Giants, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
You